Okay, so first I'm going to be talking about vague language in writing. So first, the dictionary definition for vague language is something that is not clearly or explicitly stated or expressed. Then my more simple or basic definition that I made up was the imprecise or unclear use of language. And next, I'm writing a list of some basic vague words and expressions that you should always avoid in your writing, which includes words like things, stuff, kind of, sort of, that kind of thing, everything, lots, about, and other words like that, which you should always try to replace with more descriptive and specific words or phrases when you're proofreading your writing.
In this example, we're going to look at the sentence, there were about 20 people. We can correct that to there were 20 people because about is not necessary for your reader to understand who and what you're talking about. In this sentence, we're going to look at subjects and verb choice. So he tells him to stop. From the sentence, we do not know who you're talking about and we do not know what the tone of the sentence is. You could change this to George orders Lenny to stop in order for the reader to understand who you're talking about and if they're mad or happy or sad or what the context is of their actions and who they are. So this next one is she's pretty and dull but kind of crazy. And the and all is not necessary. You could replace all with a different adjective. And kind of is not necessary because a character is either an adjective or they are not.
Redundancy is the needless repetition of words, phrases, sentences, paragraphs, or ideas. In my own words, redundancy is words or phrases previously used which are irrelevant in its context.
Examples of redundant phrases could be ask a question. That phrase would be redundant because it's repetitive by saying ask when it's already stating that it will already be a question. Some other examples could be small in size, past history, or smiled happily. Using describing words like small or happily, though they further explain what you're trying to say, it's unnecessary. You don't have to add in size for clarification because you said small. Adverbs can also be a source of redundant statements. Adverbs can be used when you want to emphasize something, but sometimes it's undesired. Examples could be shouted loudly. By saying someone shouted, further explains that it would be loud, but adding loudly as an adverb to it makes it redundant because you don't need to describe a word that already describes itself.
To stop being redundant while writing an essay, look back at past ideas, thoughts, or words you have previously said and make sure you don't use it multiple times. This will allow you to explain different topics and ideas you have without repeating the same point over and over again.